Alright, welcome to the next video. So in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at the parent-child relationships of game objects. Specifically, we're going to be talking about parenting game objects. So we're going to put the camera as a child of the parent, or of the player. And then we're going to also notice how the child's position values end up being relative to the parent. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So first of all, right now, all these objects in the hierarchy are at the same level. And hierarchy naturally just means you're going to have things that are in a hierarchical relationship that are grouped together. And what we can do is drag them around to make that happen. So the main camera, I'm just going to drag it and drop it on the player. Before I do that, let me undo that. Let me keep them separate for now. Let me just take the player and move the player around. Notice the camera stays still, and actually it's set up pretty well right now. You can see the game view sees the player, but when the player moves forward, the camera doesn't move. So I'll Control Z that. Let me parent the camera to the player. Then click on the player again and click on this blue arrow to move it, and now you see the camera is moving with the player. So I have the player selected and the camera and the player both move. Okay, now if click on the camera, the camera is at position -0.2 for Y, -4 for Z. If I unparent it so it's separate, notice how its position actually changes. So right now, this is its position in world space relative to the world. But if I make it a child of the player, and I set its position to 0, 0, 0, it actually goes right to where the parent is, right to where the player is. So this camera its position is relative to the player. So I'm going to move it a little further back and a little further up. That's pretty good, and I can even rotate it down a little bit. And that might be more so how I want the camera to look. Okay, so now if I click the player again and I move the player, the camera moves with it. Okay, your challenge for this video is to, first of all, click on the camera and right click, and if you see there's an align with view option, what I want you to do first of all is figure out what align with view does for the camera. And then once you've done that, I want you to parent the camera to the player like I've done here and set up the camera so the game view looks how you would like. So I'll let you pause the video and try that. Okay, what we're going to do is just first of all demonstrate what align with view does. So let me right click on the camera, go to align with view, and notice what happened was actually the camera moved, so now it's lined up exactly how my scene view was. So if I go way out here and I right click on the camera and go align with view, okay, that's what the game view is now. So maybe not that helpful if I'm out here, but it is really helpful if I don't want to be just trying to move the camera around in a finicky way. I'll just kind of line up how I want the camera to look in the scene. Right click on camera, align with view, and that gets us pretty close. Now I can clean up these values. I can go 0 for X, these Y and Z are fine. I can change the rotation so it's a little, oh, that X is fine, but I'll change the Y so it's a bit tidier. And Z is fine there. So that's what align with view does. It's a pretty helpful feature sometimes. And then the camera is a child of the player, and the camera's transform is nice and tidy, so it's not rotated kind of weirdly like this. So that looks good. So that's this video. I'll see you in the next one.